Hello everyone and welcome back. Today's video is just going to be tea talk number 3? 4? I think it's number 3. Could be wrong, but you'll see in the title anyway. And so I actually have written down some notes for things for me to talk about, so I'm not all over the place and trying to remember things that I wanted to say. So if you guys are really interested in seeing what I have to talk about for tea talk number 3, then let's jump straight into it. So if you don't know what tea talk is, it's basically where I will sit down and drink a cup of tea with you guys. Now I have it, it's just cooling down, and I will just discuss things that are going on in my life, whether it is my education, whether it's just my life in general, relationships, how I'm feeling, etc, etc, just anything. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I actually like making them. I feel like it helps me get a bit of stuff off my chest. Not even just the fact I'm telling you guys, but just the fact I tell someone, even if it is a camera on a tripod. But yeah, so I hope you really enjoy this series. I will link my other 2 videos down below if you missed those. My tea of choice today is Earl Grey, and I've put a tiny little bit of milk in it. I drink mine with milk in it. The only tea I basically drink black is my chai tea because it's vanilla and I find it's weird with milk in it. And I have my pussycat mug. This mug I've had, honestly, I reckon since I was in year 5. So 9 years. And it's adorable. Basically what I have come to the conclusion of, my mum bought this because at the time we had 2 cats. We got Tinkerbell that we have now, which she's outside, and we had another cat called Dusty, and he was all grey. So basically this cat is like the print of Tinkerbell but the colours of Dusty. So that's why my mum bought me this, and I will honestly like cry if this mug ever breaks because it's adorable and it's lasted so well. Like I've had this for 9 years nearly, and it's been through the dishwasher, it's been through everything, and it still hasn't cracked. And my brother is very, very harsh on all of the mugs and stuff. He like just slams them in the drawer and it's fine. So the first thing I wanted to mention was in about, I want to say mid-October till about mid-January, I was having bad headaches like all the time. It was either localized around the back of my head in a strip about this big, like around the back of my head, or it felt like I had a nail in my temple, like not in the soft part of your temple here, it was like up where the bone is. Like I know there's bone there, but I mean like up where it's really hard. And it was worrying me for a bit, and I still haven't figured out what the cause of it was. They have completely gone now. I feel totally fine all the time now, but I have no idea what it was. I thought it was caffeine, so I stopped drinking coffee. I know I'm drinking tea, but honestly the only time I drink something with caffeine in it, unless I am desperate, is during a tea talk or something like that. But I've drunk a bit more coffee the past week because of my TAFE classes, and I haven't had a headache. I thought it was dehydration, so I've begun drinking a lot more water, but my doctor said I wouldn't have been, like, my headaches wouldn't have gone like that, particularly around the back of my head. I felt so, like, it felt like someone had whacked me across here. Even my head just felt tender to touch. I, like, felt really sort of, like, almost lightheaded and things like that all the time. So I don't know what it was, but yeah, I stopped drinking caffeine, I stopped burning my candles, I emptied out my oil burner, I started wearing my glasses all the time, and I still have not figured out what it was. They just all of a sudden one day I woke up and I didn't feel, even if my head didn't actually hurt, I still felt woozy in that, but one day I just woke up and felt totally fine. So I'm either thinking it had to do with my extreme insomnia and my body basically giving up, and I had one good night's sleep and then my body was like, yay, I'm recharged, or I don't know, but I have no idea. My doctor said really unless I wanted a CT or something on my head. He asked about head injuries, and I hadn't had any. I hadn't hit my head on anything. So I have started working out and exercising. I started on the 10th of January, and today at the time of filming is the 5th of March. So almost 2 months, and I feel amazing. I have to say the past week I haven't actually done much because it's been really hot and humid, and then it was raining. So I haven't actually done much, but it's kind of thrown my schedule out because of my TAFE classes. So it's either I miss those 3 days of doing it all together, or like, I don't know, because I just don't have enough time in the day. Because when I'm at TAFE, I'm not here doing all of the jobs I do throughout the day, because my mum relies on me so much, that when I come home I have like 4 hours of stuff to do, and then if I have homework. So it's kind of hard for me to be able to chuck it all in. And I really wanted to like get up and do it early, so get up at like 5 and do it, but with how bad my insomnia is, I need to just lay down. Like, laying down just with my eyes closed is enough for my brain to rest, apparently, because that's all I do. So I started exercising, and I'm using weights, and I lost a bit of weight, and I am feeling fantastic. The past like 3 weeks my mum hasn't been buying healthy food. Her version of buying healthy food is buying a lettuce, some carrots and some tomato. That's all she's done for healthy food. So yeah, it's kind of hard for me to be able to change my diet because I don't have the money to buy groceries, but she won't buy the healthy food, so it's kind of hard. But, and also because I would love to buy all the healthy muesli bars, and well, I think you guys call them granola bars. I'd love to buy all them, but they contain nuts, and we can't have nuts in the house. I can't eat peanuts, and that's what most of them contain. So that's so hard for me to just be able to buy like healthy snacks, because a lot of them are nuts or things like that that we just can't bring in the house. And to go along with that, like I said, we've been trying to eat healthier. If I have takeaway food, I try and avoid McDonald's, KFC. I can't even remember the last time I had some form of fast food like that. If I buy food out, it's usually sushi. Now I know sushi is higher in carbs and things like that, but it's still a lot healthier than going and buying McDonald's and things like that. And yeah, I love sushi. I would eat it for lunch every single day of my life if I could. So if I'm out, and I'm desperate for food, that's what I will have. Other than that, I will go somewhere and buy a salad. So our supermarkets sell little ones in containers, you can just grab them and eat them, and I'll buy that instead. So I started TAFE on the 14th of February, and today's Monday, and as of Friday I successfully completed my training in the Galileo system. Now I am doing a certificate 3 in travel, which basically teaches you to become a travel agent, or it also gives you the skills and things to work in customer service centers, call centers, things like that, but most of it is revolved around being a travel agent. And we have to be trained in using the most common system that they use, which is Galileo. They also use Amadeus and Sabre, but most of them use Galileo, and we were trained in that. And my teacher is actually one of the people who helped create the base system for Galileo, so we're getting training firsthand, and I passed successfully, so I am very happy with that. I should get my official certificate in about 4 or 5 weeks. They order everyone's at once because then that way they're not coming in little dribs and drabs. But I'm very happy with how I did. I obviously have now passed everything, and we can move on to our actual classes now, because it was the only subject we were doing for the first 3 weeks. So every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 9 till 3:30, 4 o'clock we sat in front of a computer. So every hour and a half. So we had started at 9, we had a break from 10:30 till like 10:45, and then we come back, we go at lunch time, which is either 12 or 12:30, come back, have a break about 1:30 and leave at 3 or 3:30. So we had some breaks, we get up and walk around. Like, the teachers are really nice. If your eyes are getting really sore, you can get up and just go for a walk. You can get up and go to the bathroom. It's not super strict like it was at school. I don't have to ask to go to the bathroom. I can just get up and leave, as long as the teacher is aware that I'm going to the bathroom, so that they know where I am if something happens. So yeah, I love it. It's great. The people in my class have become friends now. We're joking and laughing around with each other. I have to say it's not as close and as quick for us all to be comfortable with each other as we were last year in my diploma class, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So lately I have actually also begun to get a lot of pain in my nose. Now for about the past 10 days it hasn't been there, but I've begun to get a lot of pain up in my nose right here, and it started to worry me because I have noticed my septum has shifted a bit. So next time I see my doctor, because he comes over to our house like every 3rd week to see my grandmother, so when he comes over I'm going to order either a CT or a x-ray depending on what one he recommends, because of my nose. My nose is really bad. The pain was pretty bad to the point where it was radiating into my cheekbones, down into here, and like up into my forehead, which is what makes me think it was my septum. I'm not sure if it's just like post-surgery pain because it's been over a year. It's been like, yeah, so I'm not sure if it's just normal post-surgical pain, but my nose has been hurting because it's been nearly 16 months post-surgery. So that's why I was thinking it's more of my septum shifting, because otherwise I'm pretty sure I would have had all this pain before. I'm sorry if the lighting keeps going off and on. It's partly cloudy and the sun keeps coming out and going away, coming out and going away. It was supposed to be raining today, and I swear I hope it comes up to rain because I am sick of the sun. No, it's just supposed to be cloudy with like 30% chance of a storm late tonight. God, I need the rain. I hate the sun. Like, some people get depressed or feel depressed if there's too much rain. I feel depressed if there's too much sun, because it's like you've got to get out and do everything. It's like no excuse to get things done, whereas when it's raining it's like, okay, I can pull myself back a bit, don't be as busy. But yeah, so my nose has been hurting a lot. I've noticed that like this nostril is not as big as this one anymore. Little things like that, but the pain's been mostly like in the bridge of my nose just here. And yeah, so I've googled it and things like that, and it just basically, that's what's made me think it's my septum shifting, because the pain started all of a sudden. So yeah, I have an update on my foot. I went to my specialist on the 14th of February again, and basically he has said the injury that I did in August is fine, the exercises are helping and there's nothing wrong with it. However, I have to go back and see him again in 6 months, because when I was in year 7 I dove into one of our baths that are at the pool at the beach, and there was a big rock on the bottom, and I cut my foot on the rock, and I have this big scar that goes from the center of my foot down in between my big toe and my little one on my right foot. And basically I have been getting a lot of pain in there lately as well. Now I'm not sure if it's just pain, normal pain, because it seems to have disappeared, but I go through periods of time where that is just so sore all day every day, like someone's just shoved a flat blade screwdriver in there. And so he wants to see me in 6 months again to make sure that that crack that is in my bone, because my bone did not fully heal, to make sure that the crack is not getting worse. Because if it is, he's going to have to go in and fuse the top of my foot back together, because we can't have my foot literally falling apart. So we're not sure if me tearing my muscles in August last year sort of opened up this injury, or if it's just gotten weaker because as time has gone on. We're not sure, but yeah. My tea doesn't even taste that good today, so I'm not even going to finish it. Okay, so sleep issues. This is the main thing I have been wanting to talk about. So as you guys know, I have got chronic insomnia. I pretty much have only got really good sleep for 4 months of my life. I am nearly 20 and I have pretty much only slept well for 4 months. And they were the 4 months pretty much once I'd healed from my surgery. So last, I want to say last February till about June, I was sleeping like a log. So I mean all day. Not all day, but I mean I would climb into bed. Doesn't matter if I went to bed at 9 o'clock or if I went to bed at like 11:30. I would climb into bed and I would be asleep within minutes, and I would sleep all night. I would sleep really well and I felt amazing. That's why I started my weight loss journey last year before I broke my foot, because I started to feel amazing and I thought, okay, my body is finally regulating itself. I can do this. And I'm not going to lie and say I don't know what's caused my insomnia again, but I have an idea. My brain started to get used to me sleeping all the time, what I'm going to say all the time, and then my mum started acting up. So pretty much, long story short, she was up nearly all night, every night, on the phone or screaming at her partner all night. Like, I mean, she'd start at 9:30 and she'd still be going at 4 a.m. Now, I don't know if she knows this. She knows that we know she was doing it. She doesn't know that I was recording, like writing down all her times and how long they lasted and things like that. There was times where she would start at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon and she'd take breaks to make dinner and things like that. And then she would keep going till like 3, 4 a.m. So 12 hours, and like, it wasn't that I was scared, it was just the fact that the noise was keeping me awake. She forgot, I think she seemed to have forgotten that her bedroom window was open, and my next door neighbours leave their windows open, and I'm 99% sure they could hear nearly every word she was saying. I reckon you could have heard her 3 houses down. Like, that is how much she yelled, and I don't think she realised how bad it was. And she did it Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. So she did it at least 6 nights a week. So my body was being kept up 6 nights a week. And I think it's got to the point where it's like, okay, I can't sleep anymore, and it's gone back to its old habits, because my mum's issues kept going on and on and on for about a year. She's only really just started to settle down now, a little bit. She blames it on the medication for her menopause that's not working. I personally don't think it's from her menopause. Well, I don't think it's probably not helping, but I'd say it's just her, more of her psychological problems rather than body problems. But yeah, it was getting to the point where it was 6 nights a week I was being kept up, and my brain has just gone straight back into its old habits, and this is what has happened now. And it's hard because I will go to bed and I will be so exhausted, but then the second I open my eyes again, like if my phone rings or something and I roll over to check who it is, like me opening my eyes, that's it, my brain's awake. I slept last night, I think, because I can't remember much of last night, so that's what makes me think I slept. But other than that, yeah, I've come to the conclusion my brain is probably only inactive, so I'm asleep for about anywhere between 45 minutes to about 2 hours at the most a night. And I don't mean at once, I mean it might be in 3-minute segments. That is what I mean. So I have tried everything. I've tried aromatherapy, I have tried you know, things like listening to ASMR videos, not using electronic devices within like 45 minutes of going to bed. I have tried herbal teas, I've tried natural teas, I have tried even little things like, I heard that blinking really fast will make your eyes and your body tired. I've done exercise for the past 2 months, and my doctor told me that I need to be doing that, and I will come home once I'm done and I will sit down and I will be almost asleep, type of exhausted, but then I don't sleep that night. I can't say it's gotten worse since I've done my exercising, but hasn't got improved either. I cut out caffeine pretty much. What else? Like, I wasn't watching scary movies, I stopped reading books, I stopped doing everything that all the websites and my doctor told me, and it's still not working. My doctor told me he doesn't want to put me on sleeping tablets, pardon me, because of my age, because I am not even 20 yet, and he doesn't want me addicted on them for the rest of my life. He would rather wait till I am like my mum's age and then do it. But basically at the moment I have to put up with it. And if it's getting to the point where I am nearly having car accidents because I'm nearly falling asleep at the wheel, then so be it, because my body only sleeps basically when it's given in, when it gives up. That is the nights my body sleeps, when I am so exhausted that it has no choice but to sleep. Otherwise it would kill me. And my mum doesn't fully believe my sleeping issues. My brother certainly doesn't, because he likes to say he has all these sleeping issues. But then again, he's up gaming all night, he's up till 2 AM, he's loud, he doesn't settle down, he's gaming all day, he doesn't leave his computer, he doesn't do anything, he drinks full sugar drinks, he sometimes drinks energy drinks. He doesn't help himself at all with anything. So he can't complain, but at the same time he's whispering in my mum's ear saying that he knows the truth, and she believes him. She believes everything he says because she believes him. He is the youngest in our family, and with all the issues that he has, she thinks he has no reason to lie. So there's been so many times where I've been in trouble for things I haven't done because he just likes to go and tattle and tell all these stories that I've apparently done and I haven't. But I've tried everything, and I tried moving my bed around to see if it was the position of my bed. I got a pedestal fan thinking I was too hot because my ceiling fan is useless. I tried everything. I tried getting new pajamas to see if I was too uncomfortable, and I haven't. I know there's melatonin sprays and things like that, but my body doesn't respond to medication very well. So my mum has got little like antidepressant tablets we give the cat, because we are allowed to give them to the cat. The vet actually gave them to us as well. And they make our cat sleep, because our cat actually has feline depression, and it makes her run around, and she gets constipated as well, and when she needs to poop she runs around and howls and screams and yells and things like that. So we give them to her because it makes her really docile, and she basically sleeps all the time, which is great. So I have been told I can take half a tablet if I really am desperate for some sleep. So I might take one tonight, and I will put in the description box down below to see how everything goes. I've heard they make you really drowsy the next day, so I am not going to do it while my mum isn't here, because I don't want to be made to drive somewhere while I am excessively tired. But it's getting to the point where I am getting so angry and frustrated with myself that I am literally wanting to do 4 hours of exercise a day just to wear myself out. But it's not my physical things I need to do, it's mental. My brain literally does not shut off. Even sitting here right now, my body is exhausted, but my mind is like wanting me, I can feel like I'm almost hypo, because I am so exhausted that I'm almost delirious. Like my brain is making extra energy to compensate for the fact I am not getting any sleep. That's the way I can see it. My brain is on overdrive because it doesn't have a chance to stop and recharge. Uploading has actually been pretty great, although the past like week and a half I've had some issues with our Wi-Fi. I think it's because my brother spends like 9 hours a day gaming. But yeah, he games online with all of his friends, so I think that's why, because he is on his games, he's got his group chat speaker on, he's on there all day every day, and every time I click like the little troubleshooting thing, it basically gives me a summary of something else is taking up the connection, and I believe it's him, because on the weekends my mum's not here. It's even worse because he doesn't get up and do anything, and I know, like, because obviously my mum's not here to use it, my grandma's iPad is not connected to the internet, and other than that I have managed to get up 3 videos a week. I do apologize for some Saturdays when I'm at my dad's, you don't actually get a video on the Saturday. My dad's Wi-Fi is so bad, it will take me like 6 hours to upload a video, and if I leave my laptop in the lounge room or something, then someone will shut it off, and then my video doesn't upload. So, and then when my video is uploading, everyone else is trying to use the Wi-Fi and things like that. So I am going to try and do my best to pre-record that video and like upload it early so that I can get my videos up on the Saturday. Otherwise I might miss that one. I don't know, but yeah, I'm trying my best. It's just the fact his Wi-Fi is so bad, and with my TAFE work I sometimes don't have enough time to sit down and edit 2 videos, so one for Thursday night and then again for Saturday. So yeah, I hopefully am soon getting new glasses because I think I need them. I think the fact that I am so tired all the time, I need my glasses to overcompensate for the lack of power in my head, and I really just cannot see out of my older glasses that much now. My surgery, like having anesthetic, can change your eyes as well. Plus I went into cardiac arrest twice. That can also change your eyes, and plus I am getting older. I take after my dad in a lot of things, and he said his eyesight started going really downhill once he got to 20, and I'm nearly 20, so that's a thing to look out for, because I do take after him in a lot of things and I have to take that into consideration. It's like in my fringe I'm starting to get grey hair, and he started going grey from the time he was 20, so it's happening to me as well. Another thing as well is that I am just so hot all day every day. I don't know if it's because of my thyroid being a problem, I don't know if it's because my pill makes it happen, I don't know what, but I will turn the air conditioner on in my TAFE class when I walk in, and everyone else is like freezing and I'm still sitting there sweating when the air conditioner is on like 19 degrees. And our air conditioner out there, I think the one out there is like 22 degrees, but the one in our classroom, and it has a 4-way thing, so it goes to all 4 sides of the room, and the others are all like, oh my god, I'm so cold, I'm shivering. They're taking jackets every day, and then the second they turn the air conditioner off, I'm sitting there literally like sweating, feeling like my skin's on fire, and I can't have that happen. I can't have myself sweat that much, because then I get so itchy, and the only thing I can do for that is take all of my clothes off and like lay in front of the fan and put some moisturizer on and let it all soak in. That's the only thing I can do, or I can take some allergy medicine, but my brother takes it all, and so when I need it there's hardly any for me, so thanks Kurt. But yeah, it's the only thing I can do when I get that sweaty and itchy. Like, it happens a lot when I exercise, that's why I go jump straight in the shower, but I even have to be careful with shaving my legs and things like that because it makes my legs so itchy. But that's why I just absolutely hate it. And we're allowed to wear skirts to TAFE, but I am just such the wrong shape to be wearing a business skirt. And also I am so short that it would go like 3/4 down my legs and it would look so funny that I just wear the long pants. And also because I like sitting there with my feet up on the chair, I like sitting with my legs crossed. Skirts don't allow me to do that, but at the same time, because we are a hospitality campus, I can't wear shorts, so it sucks, but I have to learn to deal with it because not everyone has those issues. And as I mentioned earlier, my mum is sort of playing up a little bit again. It's starting to get in a fight of he said, she said type of thing with my parents at the moment. I have to say I sort of believe my dad a little bit more than I believe my mum, just because in the past she has told me things that other people have said about me, and I've gone and asked them and they have said that is flat out not true. People know I really don't care what they say about them at all, what they say about me at all, so people have no reason to lie. I just want to know the truth. It's just as simple. Yes, you said it. No, you didn't. And the look of confusion on some people's faces, you can't fake that. So she's always telling me things like, oh, this person said this about you, this person said this person thinks you need to be more of a lady, this person thinks you're so rude. And I've noticed it's only when she is in one of her moods that she starts to say these things, because otherwise when she's not in one of her moods, she's telling me that I am the most you know, I'm her baby girl and she's so proud of me, and you know, I am such a good help around the house and I deserve everything. And then when she's in her mood, she's telling me that there's no difference between me and a 3-year-old with behavior problems, that I am just the smallest child, that I'm worth nothing, and things like that. So that is an issue. But basically both my parents are money hungry. My dad, like, but they're on the opposite ends of the spectrum. My dad likes to save as much money as he can, whereas my mum likes to spend as much money as she can. So, and I'm in between. I like to save money and I like to spend it as well. So that's sort of why I sort of stress out a bit more about my money, because I have all of these things I either need or want, and I can't afford it. But it's alright, that's why I shop on Wish, because a lot of stuff on there is really cheap, and it's a lot cheaper than what it would be if I bought it in store. So that's why I love my Focalure concealer. That's why I've got like 4 tubes of it, because I am in love with it. And it's just one of those things that's worth it. And I also got my phone fixed. So I shattered my phone. So I went and got it fixed because last week, actually it was a week ago tomorrow. No, it was a week ago today. I was out at a shopping centre getting a sample of a lighter shade of Estee Lauder foundation, and this fell off the bench and it cracked. It was already cracked, but it like bounced, and I completely ruined the LCD screen. So half of the screen, like when I turned it on, half of the screen had like all these lines on it, and the brightness was really dull, and it was pixelated. So I basically ruined the entire LCD screen. So for about 24 hours I couldn't use my phone. I went to get it fixed and I only had black screen, so now I have a rose gold black phone with a white button. So at least people can tell it's mine because I have a white button and a black screen. But yeah, I now have a black screen when my phone was originally white. But they said that years ago people were only buying black iPhones because they looked a lot more sophisticated, apparently, because it looks cool. Lit up black, I don't know, he said that's what people would tell him, that they think it looks cooler. They thought the white looked cheaper, and then all of a sudden, like when iPhones really blew up, like when everyone wanted an iPhone, everyone was buying white ones, and so all the stores are running out of white face plates because so many people are breaking theirs. So I said, look, I don't really care, just give me a black screen, just fix it. And they did, and it's great. It actually works. So I hope you all really enjoyed this tea talk. I'm sorry if it was a bit all over the place, but at least I had topics to talk about because I wrote them down. So I think I will be doing that from now on, writing down my topics, because then I have a direction where I want to take this video. So I hope you all really enjoyed this video. Please check out the description box down below for all of my social media, and while you're down there, hit the subscribe button that is down there, because that would be very much appreciated. And I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye!